Welcome to day 2 day.
So this video has been highly requested by you all, and we wanted to start by showing you the before first. As you know, we sold our entertainment stand, which took up majority of this wall, and we replaced it with this smaller one at an amazing price. Now, these are the wood planks that we will be using for this project. If you notice, these are the same planks we used to do our bedroom wall upstairs. This is the canvas that we will be using to protect our living room floor, as we will be utilizing this area to stain and paint the wood planks. At this time, our garage is full of my husband's toys, and there was no room to lay out all of the planks in there. Now, on to the paints and stains that we will be using for this project. We purchased 1 gallon of the pure white paint to use as our accent color and also for future projects. As for the stains, we decided to go with the honey maple, Kona, and weathered gray colors, all 1 quart each. Notice the can says 1 hour to dry and 1 coat to achieve color. Well, my husband and I put it to the test. We also purchased a few paint trays and about 8 or so different brushes in 2 different sizes. The wider brushes actually worked out much better for us when staining them, and they were all only about 99 cents each, I believe. We also decided to purchase some latex gloves as well. We decided to start with the Kona stain first, since this would be the main color for our wall. You guys already know that we like darker colors and that the majority of our furniture is dark. For this reason is why we chose to stain the majority of the wood in this color. We believed it would work out very well with the rest of our home. It matches our kitchen cabinets, our couch, and it even blends well with our end tables. We really like the way it came out overall. I do want to mention that this color goes on pretty heavy, so you'll want to be sure to use really light strokes, or you may not be able to see the wood grain and your wood will be completely dark. I believe towards the end we started to realize this, so we have a combination of light and dark in this color. Also, this color took a lot longer than an hour to dry. I would recommend waiting about 24 hours to make sure that it's completely dry before using. After staining the wood in this color, we waited about 4 to 5 hours and it still wasn't completely dry. It ended up leaving a black residue on the other planks when we went to place them on the wall. Just wanted to give you guys the heads up in case you're interested in this color. Next up is the weathered gray color. This one is one of our favorite colors. This one of the colors is that we use for our bedroom wall upstairs. It was mainly used as our accent color to brighten up the bedroom. We really liked it and decided to use it as our second accent color to the white for our living room wall. This color did, however, take longer than an hour to dry, but nowhere near as long as the Kona. It also did not leave any residue and our other planks like the Kona did once we placed it on the wall. Ooh, the honey maple. This color really brings out the grain in the wood. It goes on so smooth and it actually looks like honey in the can. This color adds warmth to the room, so we decided to make this our second base color to go along with the Kona. Now this color stain is literally the only one that took about an hour to dry, leaving no residue at all. It dried very quickly, and the consistency of the honey maple is very thin, so that's probably why it dried a lot quicker. We also used about 2 coats to achieve this look. Now for the paint. We originally only painted 2 of the wood planks in this color because we honestly weren't sure how this was going to look. I mean, by adding the white, it would literally take us completely out of our comfort zone. The only reason we even purchased it is because we needed it for another DIY project, which we will be doing soon, but my husband insisted that we at least test it out for the wood plank wall. Now, because this is paint and wood doesn't absorb it like stain, you will not be able to see any of the wood grain, so we decided to create a mock wood grain by simply using a smaller brush and painting long strokes against the wood. Now, I still wasn't convinced that this was a good idea, so we decided to place a few pieces on the floor to figure out what color combinations we like. We went back and forth several minutes debating on whether or not we should keep the white planks, And if so, how many planks should we paint in this color? At one point, I wanted to get rid of the white altogether, but my husband had a vision that it would all work out. To paint the picture for me, he decided to add a few pieces of greenery to make the wood pop. By adding a few trees and plants, it really made a difference. I was starting to see the whole picture, and it was going to be a really, really nice wall. So at this point, you can see I'm smiling and I'm laughing because I'm like, okay, let's add a few white. Let's see how it looks. I mean, when he put the greenery in, it looked really nice. So I was more optimistic about it at this point. On to the cutting. We rented this table saw from Home Depot, and the little black bag was supposed to be capturing all of this sawdust you see flying around. Obviously, it didn't work, so make sure that you guys have on something to protect your eyes. If you don't have safety goggles, you can use shades like my husband did. After pre-cutting the wood in our selected sections, we decided to place a few planks on the wall off camera when we realized that the measurements were completely off. We were so close to scrapping this project because at this point, each piece would need to be recut to fit the wall. This was so frustrating. Make sure you guys double, triple, even quadruple check your measurements. It will really save you so much time and energy. For each plank wood we cut, we place them side by side. These planks are similar to hardwood floors because they have the tongue and lock grooves. But we had to be careful because the tongue and locks break very easily. My husband advised that the planks are not as thick as hardwood floors, therefore they are not as reliable. Some of the grooves broke as we were cutting them with the machine, so after locking in each plank, my husband used finishing nails and hammered them in to secure the wall. The first time we did the wood plank wall in our bedroom, we used the air staple gun. I believe it's also called a frame gun or something like that, which is similar to the compressor staple gun. The only difference is that the air staple gun uses a cartridge which had to be replaced so frequently depending on the size of your wall. With this wall size, we didn't want to pay extra to buy multiple cartridges for the air gun, so we decided to hammer in the nails to save money. Hammering in the finishing nails was a lot simpler but very time consuming doing them by hand, and it wasn't as bad as you would think it would be. Now, for the record, you guys, we are not professionals and we are not very handy. We attempted this style in our bedroom once and it turned out nice, so we felt comfortable enough to do this project in our living room. But like I said, we are not professionals and we are not very handy.